All right. Apparently we are live. Apparent. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another exciting episode.
Hello, you guys.
Feel it real fun.
I'm here.
There she is. All right.
Right.
Anyway.
Feel it real fun.
Yeah.
Live.
Yeah. In 2025.
17th of Jan, 2025.
Feel it real live in 2025. By the way, I looked back and saw like how many years ago we had like our 300th episode. My God, we've been doing this for a while, and some people share the show.
300th. How many years ago was that?
It was a while back.
Yeah, it must have been.
All right, so you do the intros, I do the sharings.
So, and it's your manifesting questions answered live. Right. Now. Meanwhile, go to. Where do we want to go to?
ManifestingMasteryCourse.com.
Right.
90-day program, $97, 15 minutes a day, easy peasy pumpkin pie. And notice the objections that it brings up in you. Like, in all seriousness, he's trying to take my hard-earned money. I don't have 15 minutes a day. I'm not worth $1. So I asked the guy today. I got her fish, right? The most delicious fish I can. And it's normally like $19 per pack. And it was $15. And I said, wow, it's still $15. And I said, is my wife worth it? Right? And he says, is she worth it? I said, yeah. Is she worth me saving $4 for? Just having some fun, because people get all looped and stuff. It's like, no, I'm not buying that, right? But I bought the fish. It was the last one. And I went to the stores in the wrong order.
Did you?
Yeah. My belly said go to Kohl's first. I told you I was going to the other one first.
You did. You said you
I
were
didn't.
Woolies. Yes.
Right, but there was one left, and now it's mine. Right?
Cool.
So we listen.
Yes.
Anyway, Lisa and LaRock, welcome to the show. Thanks for tagging all the cool kids. And Joe Weldon.
Cool. And Joe Weldon.
And Joe Weldon. Right?
Cool one.
Okay,
So
ManifestingMasteryCourse.com.
Yes.
JoinRemarkable.com. We had our first live call a couple days ago. You can still join. 2 people just joined yesterday. It's a lot of fun. And it's going to be a pretty damn dynamic year. That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom in the room.
Remarkable.com.
I think about a third of the people there did the last time we did the 12 disciples, like 3 or 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
How many?
It was. About 30%. Just making up a number.
Well, they'll get the difference.
But they're going, good God. Like, yeah, good fun.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
joinremarkable.com.
Yes.
Right? And for refunds,
Visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
that's right. Joe Weldon says, Emmett looks great as a microphone sock. That's right.
Yeah.
We're going to get his butt shaved, Joe, and his front, too.
Yeah.
Because Siggy's been out of town, and we've had enough, so
Yeah,
I'm
he's
calling other people.
looking
And
very
Siggy, if you're
scruffy.
watching the show, no hard feelings. Just call me back, right? Just, like, seriously, it ain't fucking
Yeah,
hard.
but he
Just
does. He looks
push
like the
button.
microphone at the moment.
Oh, my God, I'm swearing. It's
Yes,
so wired
stop.
in. All right, so
All
we
right.
shared the show, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
so we're going to
will
start
go
with
away.
a quote.
Yep, we got quotes, we've got notes.
Yep, cool.
Yeah, you might want to roll up, not push that button.
Yes, I'm not going to. Okay.
All right.
So Neville said, having been an alcoholic, this gentleman imagined his wife never mentioned his past. For although he had not tasted alcohol for 9 years, he had paid the price in his search for God.
I was not going to include that part. Okay? There's a part of me that beckoned that said this needs included. But watch where we go. This is going to be fascinating.
You see, the alcoholic is searching for truth. Thirsty, he finds a false spirit in the form of alcohol, while those who will not touch it and criticize those who do haven't even started their search.
Okay, we're talking about a hunger here. Right? I want to get you all out of your heads. Right? I can't figure out my desire. You can't figure out your desires. They come upon you. Right? There's a beckoning, a sacred song. More on that later.
But I have news for them. One day they too will know a hunger which will not be satisfied by bread. They will know a thirst so great they will make the mistake of clothing it in the form of a bottle. But because it will be a false thirst, the thirst will remain.
All right.
That's fabulous.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So there's another quote, another place. That is, by the way, from Yours for the Taking.
Taking.
I have been quoting this for years and telling people to look it up. Almost nobody ever does. And I thought, you know what? I'm looking it up. I'm putting it in a thing. And this is going to go into a really cool kick-ass article as well. Right? But here's the thing. Don't demonize alcohol. And don't demonize you. You are God having the adventure of a lifetime. And there's another section where Neville says some really cool shit. I'm not quoting it today. Oh, I'll semi-quote it today. You could look it up if you're hungry enough. But he says, who created the grain? And who gave man the knowledge on how to distill it? Who created the grapes? And who gave man the knowledge to distill it or to ferment it, right? And this is important because as soon as you demonize that and you demonize you, you've fallen for a lie. And you will constantly be searching for middles. In other words, putting your faith where it doesn't belong. And that's exactly what's happening here. But more on this in a bit. So.
And like you just said, don't demonise it. That's
demonize
the
it.
Honourable and Dignified Simon Peter that we've been doing in joinremarkable.com.
Yeah. Notice how she slid that in there. She's getting super slick.
Well, I didn't mean to...
No.
that way.
I
I'm
think
just saying
I think
that-
it's great because
Yeah.
so many people don't do manifestingmasterycourse.com and they read about the girls giggle and they go, oh yeah, makes sense, I got it. No, you don't. Right? Do the whole 90 days. Do it a couple times. You'll get it in a new way every time. Simon Peter, I can mention it. Honorable and Dignified, got it. I already know all that. It makes sense. Radio. I explore. But meanwhile. All right, so don't demonize it. Yeah, by the way, if you demonize the alcohol and you demonize you and you demonize your genetics and you demonize, you're denying the truth about you that sets you free. And you will continually find demons in your eyes because that's how you're seeing. So, oh, he's so good at that.
Okay.
Shall we go on to the Karen lesson? I want to recall this manifesting like Karen.
Oh, we're calling
Yeah,
them
yeah.
Karens again, are we?
No, this is a
Still.
real Karen.
Oh, it's okay,
Yeah,
good.
good Lord, Victoria.
Are you able to hit that cross on that? Just so I can...
I hate when that
Thank
happens.
you. All right.
All right.
So this is from the Karen lesson.
No, this is from Karen. She just sent it to me like 10 minutes ago.
All right. Okay. So
Manifesting like Karen. That's what we're calling this.
yes. All right. So Karen, thank you. And Karen asks, "Hey, Mr. 2020, thank you for the video and helping me revise."
Side note, I have no idea what Karen's talking about. And that's good. More on that in a moment.
I've revised last month and I'm so excited that our living expenses half been dropped to half what we paid before. It's just so amazing and wonderful because we have extra money now to go into a fun fund.
Hoo-ha.
Thank you again. I love living in my revision or loving my revision.
All right, ready? I don't have a clue what Karen's talking about. I could look it up, and here's what happens. I'm assuming Karen sent me an email. And I said, no problem. All right? Do this. I'll imagine this. Have a great day. Do you have any idea how many hundreds of times I do that a week? All right? Most people don't. Good God, why the hell does it keep telling me that? Most people don't, right?
Yes.
This morning I sent an email to a friend, and I pretty much can guarantee the response. I said, look, because I keep saying, take a walk, imagine lovingly for those who you pass and those who pop in. Right? Because I'll pass people, and someone will pop in. Right? Purple-haired Mark Dockery popped in the other day. I don't know if he's got purple hair or not, but I imagine lovingly for him. Right?
Did he ever have purple hair?
Yes.
Oh, right, okay.
And the other day I'm walking in and I forget the girl's name. You'll have to tell it to me. Remember the dingo story? What was the...
Azaria.
Zaria. So Zari, I believe it's Zari, works upstairs in the center. And I had a chat with her one day. She's walking out towards me. I'm walking in saying hi. And what do? I just imagine lovingly for her. She's in my presence. Why the hell not? Right? So many people get stuck because it's like, I'm trying to manifest what I want. I'm stuck and I feel like shit. And I'm pushing to manifest what I want. And I'm stuck and I feel like shit. And purple hair Mark Dockery shows up. Don't even know if he has purple hair. That Zari passes me while I'm talking to Victoria in the glasses. And I tell her, fuck, I don't remember her name. I'm sorry.
You did ask me. You said, what's the dingo lady?
Yeah, what's the dingo lady's name, right? So she'll
Yes.
tell me, right? But it doesn't stop me from imagining loving for her. Right?
Yeah.
How many times a day can I do that versus stuck on how do I manifest what will give me what I want? In other words, a middle. In other words, alcoholic or addict. When you get stuck on the middles, when you make the middle the cause, okay, when I drink, I get creative. Well, that's usually the weed people. Wow, man, I get real creative. Radio. When I take DMT, I'm everything. Right? And when I drink, I can be flirty and fun, right? I do all three. I don't need any of them, but I sure enjoy a whiskey once in a while. Never tried DMT, though. I'm fascinated by the whole idea of you take a 20-minute trip and you're done. I just find that an interesting thing. I'm not going to do it in all probability, but who knows? And what was the last thing? Weed. Yeah. Smoked it once or twice. Didn't give me... It's like, yeah. My fingers tingle, so I can do that without that. But I seem to digress.
Yes.
So, Karen, ready? I'm just going direct. Can I be a blessing? In other words, can I experience blessingness? Right? You want blessed? Take a walk. Imagine lovingly for those who you pass. You imagine lovingly for those who pop in. And Karen, I'll look you up. Believe me, I'll look you up later on because I'm curious. But I do this so many times a week. Here's the thing. If I'm personally imagining for a person, I stop taking every grievance personal. And a lot of people take everything in the world as a grievance. Trump is in, Trump is out, somebody else, something in. They take all this shit personal and they have no juice to live life. But more on that later. So that's the Karen lesson. Love you, Karen. And I'll point you to the show. Sorry I don't remember specifically. I will look it up and I'll write you back.
For anyone else that maybe new, like revision to the max, as far as revising, that's a real
I tell you what,
goodie.
if you ever want to improve you're not a moron to me, revisiontothemax.com. It's $7. It's a whole bunch of stuff. It's $7. It's a whole bunch of stuff.
To prove you're not a moron to me.
Exactly. Right. I'm in that kind of mood. I'm having all kind of fun.
Glad you're going off to the pool.
Yeah, exactly. She sent me off Monday. Right, I was so gooned up on coffee after the remarkable call and excited. And she goes, "What are you doing?" I says, "I don't know yet." She goes, "Thinking about going to the gym?" I said, "Oh, thought about it." "Thinking about going to the pool?" "Thought about it." "Here are your keys." Radio. Had a great time. Came back into my body. Good times.
Yeah.
So, I get to go to the gym too.
Cool.
All right.
Thank you, Karen.
Thanks, Karen. I
for your email.
really appreciate you letting me know.
Yeah.
Another thing that drives me nuts is I hear from people when they're stuck. And then 6 months later, I hear from them when they're stuck. And I say, how'd the other thing go? "Oh, yeah, that's fine."
Excuse me.
All right. Did you celebrate it? Did you let me celebrate in it? Come on. Right? You just, I'm not daddy. Daddy. Daddy with an I.
Yeah.
I'm going to need more coffee at this rate.
The next question's from Anand from Mumbai. Tesla and manifesting.
How to manifest like Tesla. We'll retitle this one too.
And how to manifest like Tesla.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to
Yeah,
call
just
it.
for fun.
Okay.
It'll show up better in the search engines.
All right.
Clickbait.
And Anand asks, can you please expand on this Tesla quote, which I'm thinking Elon Musk, but it's right, Nicholas.
Yeah, it's not how to manifest like
Tesla.
Elon Musk. We'll do that next week.
So the quote from Tesla is, "The day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in one decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence."
All right. So the first thing I'd do, Anand, I trust you, but I also look it up to see if I can get more of the quote and all that cool stuff. So it's like,
Trust you,
yeah.
Anand.
Well, yeah. I am a trust but verify guy, but I'm also a trust and expand
Trust
guy.
but verify.
Yeah. I trust Victoria, but let me see your phone. Right? No, just
Yeah.
kidding, right?
Yeah.
But so I look it up, see if there's anything else quickly I can see around that quote. I didn't see it, so that's fine. So I get to run with this. So the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena. Let me just, the TT version of this. The day you stop getting stuck with physical phenomena, alcohol, marijuana, DMT.
Sounds like the stuck on the dot in DDD.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Yeah.
The day you open up to what's the cause behind all that, doesn't mean you can't enjoy whatever you enjoy, right? You will make more progress. You will have more play continuously in your life than all the previous parts of your life combined. In other words, you'll need to plan less and you can play more. And you'll have more playmates and more playgrounds. And here's the cool thing. If I blame her for my problems, we both become a problem. If I blame Emmett for my problems, everything becomes a problem because I'm in problem blaming mode. On the other hand, I live in the world of endless opportunity, continuous, to flirt with a human being, to touch a life, to imagine lovingly for someone like Karen, and having her, I imagine personally lovingly for her, and yet I do it so many times I can't remember. Why would I bother? Right? And so, just take this whole quote and let it be about you instead of being about science. Because science is always playing catch up with the mystic. Always. And the problem the mystic goes, oh, wow. They have an insight and they go, this is just like radio waves. This is just like gravity. This is just like subatomic physics. And they take their mystical experience and they say it's just like. And it is not just like gravity. It is not just like electricity. It is not just like subatomic physics. It's what gives life to all that. And that's the beautiful part, because when you get, and by the way, I'm a very scientific guy. My problem in physical world is I do not do single variant testing. I'm not good at it. I change a lot of things all at once because when I imagine something and I move into an end, it's like, oh, change all that. And I go, oh, right. And I do, and I'm energized, and I have fun, and for some reason it works. But I can't go changing the email title and segmenting my list and the stuff that they want you to do. Can't do it. That's scientific in the physical world. But I can notice, hey, all these things changed. And I can also point out to some things, like a lot of broke NLP and manifesting coaches. You got to write some shit. Right? No one's watching your long videos. Almost nobody watches mine. But when I write something worth reading, or write something worth reading and put it in an infographic too, right? They go, damn, that's good. Maybe I want to watch this guy. So there's some scientific stuff. In other words, wisdom gained from like 30 years experience. But I digress.
Cool.
So.
I don't know if Anand's here, if you've seen him.
Don't care. Right? He'll be here later. And he knows I love him. Yeah. Love you, Anand. This is a great question.
Still asleep.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, thank you, Anand, for your question. The next question's from Rando in Remarkable.
Rando.
Selecting versus surrendering. And Rando asks, would you expand on your quote from Remarkable 2025-20? And the quote is, most people select from seeming options. I surrender to sacred song.
All right. So you guys that have done Simon Peter before, think you know it, whatever, I don't care. Right? Here's part of my current exploration. The only thing that I can give life to is dance that comes from a sacred song. And I'll share a little bit about what I mean by that. So, Lisa Ann LaRocque asked last year, based on some stuff there that I adore. We
Remarkable.
Yes.
Yeah.
We shared about being selectors, and we are. We are selectors. We get to select what goes on our dinner plate, the dinner plate of life. Absolutely true. But here's what I notice, and I'm so willing when I teach to go, rightio, I need a new way to explain this because of how I'm exploring this. So where people tend to get stuck is they go, oh, I can't select which option. Do I get a loan or do I go fund me? I'll think about it for 4 years. Radio. I can't make up my mind. Do I become a fleshitarian or a vegetarian? Most people say this, some people say that. 20 looks really good, but it scares me, right? Because my doctor says when I need statins, right? Your doctor who will be dead by the time he's 62, but I digress, right? So when we get into selecting with the head, we really get stuck. On the other hand, I'm in bed at night. And at any time, the itty bitty shitty committee can show up, right? And we've all done this at 3 in the morning, at 2:15 on a random Tuesday in the afternoon. We've all done this,
Yeah.
right? And so the itty bitty shitty committee shows up. And people go, right, I must control my inner conversations. And it goes all forceful. And Neville doesn't teach force. And so I explore something like, you know what? I remember when she was single by imagining her married. And there's a part of me that goes, what would I prefer to hear in my head? Right? Not that. Emmett, goodbye. See ya. Go. There he goes. What would I prefer to hear in my head? In other words, there's a beckoning going on. It's 3 in the morning, and I can be going, you know what? Those fuckers at Customs charged me $200 extra on the cigar shipment.
Oh, yeah, we're good. Oh, yes.
Yeah, they're not here yet.
Yeah.
And when they come here, I'll shoot a video of opening it and of weighing it. I'll take photos of weighing it, and I'll send it in and say, look, you guys weighed this wrong. I want my $200 back. Now, here's the thing. That'll take me, 10 minutes? Will I let that occupy 10 hours of space in my head? At 3 in the morning, it can show up randomly, right? And so I can try to select what state do I want to get in. Okay, I want to sleep, so I'm going to imagine what would imply that I having slept. I get all in my head more. You got it? But what's the sacred song of Mr. 2020? The sacred song of Mr. 2020 often includes teaching. And so it's like radio. So I just listen to the sacred song of me teaching. And suddenly all kind of cool shit shows up. Worth teaching, worth hearing. So I'm shaving this morning, right? And I've got me under my skin, right? I'm doing my shaving thing, having a lot of fun. And I already prepped Victoria. Says, look, we're going to have a family meeting as soon as I walk out the door, right? Get ready, right? And I walk out of the door and it says, I can't stop right now, got shit to say. And I go and I get the iPad and I whip out the iPad and I start talking to Otter. And what came out? Was it any good?
Yeah.
It was profound.
Phenomenal. Yeah.
Right? Because I'm shaving and I'm not settling into hearing inner bullshit. The state of happy, loving teacher hears a sacred song of teaching. And this sacred song that needs sung, and you guys in Remarkable will get this. I'll put it up there. It's profoundly cool. Right? And I finished, I'm like looking at her going, wow, what was that? Because it all came together perfectly, divinely. There was a dance that was danced with me in the machine and with words that came from a sacred song. But I wasn't in there going, radio. Those fuckers at Customs, they know me for $200. That's a good bottle of whiskey. That could be 2 good bottles of whiskey. Oh, wow. And getting stuck in that, what I do is I open up to the sacred song. I'm shaving. In other words, spending time. But Neville says always be investing. So it's like, radio, let me listen.
But you're investing as well to look good on the show.
Oh, absolutely.
So you can rub your face on mine without me going, ow.
Ow. So the ow becomes a wow, right?
Yeah.
So the ow to the wow method. And so while I'm in there shaving, literally just spending time doing a routine, what am I doing routinely? I'm opening up to the sacred song. And it's like, oh my God, this is glorious shit. And it really is. So thanks, Beth. JoinRemarkable.com. So the straight razor. No, I tell you what, Joe. So my dad has some glorious old straight razors, and I asked him for one. And he goes to the post office, and it's on the prohibited offensive weapons list to ship to Australia. Now, if I fly to Pennsylvania, like spend $4,000, hang out with my dad for a week, and come back in with a straight razor in my luggage and demonstrate I'm clean shaven, they'll let me keep it. But you can't ship one into Australia.
You can buy one here.
Oh, they suck. I've looked at them. They don't have replaceable blades, and they're shit. My dad has these like old German ones. They're gorgeous. I mean, they're worth hundreds of dollars.
That you sharpen on the leather.
Yeah, you sharpen on your razor strap, and then you
yeah.
beat your redheaded stepchild with it. Oh, it's glorious. But I digress. So I get to settle into and hear the sacred song. And by the way, when I do this at 3 in the morning or on a random Tuesday afternoon at 2:17, I don't pick what I'm going to say. I hear it as it comes forth. It's spoken forth within me, just like the show is. I don't pick what I'm going to say, ever. If I did, you'd be bored to tears, and I would be bored to tears, and I wouldn't do the show. There'd be no point in me knowing what I'm going to say. Right? It's sort of like, oh, I know what Victoria's going to do today. I don't have to put any attention on her because she's 100% predictable because she's a Leo and a chick.
Leos are less predictable than others.
Oh, I don't know. You've never been married to a Gemini.
All right.
Geminis are a hoot.
Okay.
Yeah. But Leos are more entertaining.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. 20
Excellent.
gets in trouble.
So that was from Rando
20 gets in
in
trouble.
Remarkable.
Yep.
So is Rando having
So,
a call at some
so
point?
we're going to have a rando call probably in the next 7 to 10 days. Those are the new
Yes.
bonus call bits. So I put up a little infographic on this, and I said, anyone? And about 6 of y'all said yes or more, please. And I went, all right, let's toss it into the show. Right?
Cool.
Let's let Rando show up.
Excellent.
So Joe says Australia police state. No, we're a nanny state. We really are. It's absolutely incredible how nanny we are here in some ways. I love Australia, but it's like, oh, we
The
have to...
lockdown that we had in Victoria, that was like we were in a police state.
Yeah, that was draconian.
Yeah.
Still recovering from that, but I digress.
Where are you going?
I'm getting more coffee because I'm just getting wound up. So keep it
Wound
going,
up.
Victoria.
Okay. All right. So that was, yes, from Rando. Thank you very much for your question, Rando.
Thank you, Rando, which I believe includes Lynn, Jen Rowe, and Lisa and LaRock, and there were, I think, Alex. There were a couple. But instead of saying, oh, y'all want to know more, Rando.
Oh, they said yes, please.
Or yes or more, please. I prefer
Yeah.
more, please.
Probably Beth was in there too.
Probably. She's not like the rest, that's for sure.
Okay, cool.
Oh, look at that. It's liquid Jesus.
All right. The next question is from Evelyn via email. My husband is an alcoholic.
Hoo-ha.
Evelyn asks, so my husband is going away for 2 weeks, detoxing from alcohol, his own suggestion. I'm trying to imagine him not drinking, but what I really want is being able to have a glass of wine together now and then, and that's it. But I don't know if it's possible. That's my belief. Every photo memory that pops up on my phone is of him drinking, and I make it about the alcohol. Yeah, I hear that. I want him to be sober, giving up the addiction, being able to enjoy, and I want for me to be able to share photos and videos and not get stuck on memories about alcohol.
Cool. So this is going to be fun, all right? Possibility exists in the moment. Problems exist in minutes. Oh, yeah, last Tuesday, this Friday, coming up. You got it? Problems exist in minutes. What we live for is moments. Now, I started out the show with the whole thing with the quote, here's what's cool. Your hubby's hungry. Your hubby's seeking something. Now, what happens is when we demonize the something and we demonize ourselves, suddenly he's in an inferior or a superior position to the rest of the world. Right? I'm not as good as you all. I'm defective, or you don't fucking understand. And I'm not a fan of superior inferior. Right now, if I say, Victoria, one of us is superior, one of us is inferior.
I know
right?
which one I am.
Yeah, we know where this is going to go, right?
Yes.
Now, we don't got to say it. All we got to do is feel it. So as soon as I come home and I go, oh, right? Oh, shit, right? So your hubby's hungry, and you get to invite him home. Now, there's a lot of research about addiction that I'm just going to call bullshit. Right? Because it's experts on problems. Because when we become an expert on problems, what we do is we fortify the problem. Right? On the other hand, if we allow ourselves to explore possibilities. Years ago, y'all in Triple D have seen the interview with Jeff Nash. Jeff comes to the house. All right, so Jeff's been a long-term client, good friend, and he ends up coming to Australia. And Jeff is hardcore. I mean, he's been addicted to all the good shit, right?
For years.
For years.
Wasn't he?
And, and now he runs a rehab in Hawaii, really, really cool. And they've used some of our tech to help people, which I absolutely love bragging about. But Jeff says, while he's here, can I do an interview with you? I'm like, yeah, sure, that'd be fun. And we stuck it up in Triple D. But here's the fun thing. Jeff shows up like on a Thursday or a Friday, and Saturday or Sunday, whatever it is, we take him to an outdoor market, and across from the outdoor market is a bar. And Jeff says, y'all want to get some beers or something? Right? So here's a hardcore guy. Right? You're not supposed to be able to ever touch that stuff again. Right? Because I've got the genetics, and it'll reactivate and everything, and my whole fucking life will fall apart. And we drink like 2 beers, we go home. No big deal. And Jeff's fine. And because Jeff gets who he is and how this works. And he's not demonizing anything. And I know someone's going to say, well, he should try his hard drugs again or something like that. You're missing the whole fucking point. Jeff has discovered how to live life. You are a life-giving spirit. And as long as you deny that by adopting a label, by the way, let's label the source of all right. I can experience all right with DMT, weed, or alcohol, right? Or I can let it be what it is. Every day in Genesis ended with it is good. And God looked at it all and said, this is good. On the end of all the days, this is very good. Right? And as soon as you demonize something, you demonize you. And you cut yourself off. And then your whole life becomes, I have to demonize that one. I have to demonize that one. Because I demonize me. And there's a great little exploration of it's all you pushed out. Because as long as you demonize you, you have to demonize me. Mr. 20, all he wants is his hard-earned money. He keeps saying, manifestingmasterycourse.com. He just wants my hard-earned money, so I'm not going to listen to his wisdom. Don't. But here's the thing. You're the one imagining it's hard. You're the man imagining it's earned. Right? Give us today our daily bread. What if you said, you know what, I'm going to invest? Neville Goddard says always be investing. Huh. So, your husband is an alcoholic. Time for you to forget that. Time for you to imagine him as someone who can. And just because you haven't done that doesn't mean you can't. And if you're addicted to a definition of him, you can't discover him. She's a Leo, for God's sake. Right?
Yeah.
Got it? As soon as I define her as that, right, we're done. You might as well draw up the divorce papers. As soon as I'm willing to go, I get to discover her again and again and again and again. I discovered her yesterday afternoon when I came in. Wow, that was fun. Right? Right? I discovered her this morning. This morning when I discovered her, she said, I need to sleep some more. And I said, okay. Love you. But if we, as soon as we make life about defending against something that we have demonized, and you deny your divinity, do you think God has to defend? Yeah, I'll speak how I was raised. Do you think God has to defend himself against anything? Are you serious? Right? So anyway, I should do a crass commercial. NevilleGoddardStore.com. Just go invest in something if this gives to you. Invest in something that you haven't even thought of. So I think that's pretty good. And by the way, so the addiction to the middles. I need this so I can do that. That's one of my definitions or criteria for addiction. Before I can do this, I need X. I need you to do that. I need this in my life. And it's never enough. It has nothing to do with the booze or the drugs. It's I am never enough. If I'm never enough, I'll never have enough to do anything. And if I never have enough to do anything, then I'm not living a life that's intoxicating to me. So I better find a way to get intoxicated and deal with this shit. So this is going to be a good show.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, coffee. I once was in a relationship. This wasn't with the Gemini. What was her sign? maybe scorpion or something. Ooh. And she actually had one of those coffee cups that basically says, "Don't fucking talk to me till I've had my coffee." Right? Now, this just puts me in a double bind because I want to go, "Want some coffee?" Y'all get, she gets the joke, right?
Yeah.
Victoria, on the other hand, yeah, we flirt. And sometimes I make her coffee. Sometimes I say, "Have fun making it," right? Yeah, but we flirt, right, with possibility, and this is important. So, if you can drop definitions, you can explore discovering. And when I was
Oh, sorry about that, you guys.
out,
Sorry, you guys.
side. Sometimes you have to give two commands: out and side.
Yes.
All right,
All right.
that was good fun.
All right. So, yeah, that was for Evelyn. Thank you very much for your question,
Yeah.
Evelyn. Okay. And the last question today is from
Look at that.
Remarkable.
I can be in a good mood now. I can be brilliant.
Oh, you got your coffee. At least your cup doesn't say that.
No, what's my cup say? Let's look at the side that I really, really enjoy looking at. Man's faith in God is measured by his confidence in himself. Is that divine or what for this show? Right, do you believe in you, or do you got to hide from something? As long as you got to hide from something, you're hiding you from the world. As long as you hide you from the world, what the fuck's the point? Anyway.
Okay. So we'll start again.
All right.
So the last
So we'll
question
start again. That's
today
right.
is from Remarkable Lisa. I am the magician of the beautiful. And Lisa asks, hello, 20 and Victoria.
Yo, Lisa.
Hello. In Neville's lecture, God's Law, he speaks of revision via hearing
Yes.
that an unlovely conversation went differently. Being the magician of the beautiful, Neville would hear his clients reporting to him good outcomes. He says the law of mercy and forgiveness can change everything. To forget the plantings of the past and select the most marvellous seed to sow and plant a new world. Anyway, this is amazing, because Evelyn just asked when you were talking about forget,
Yeah,
you've got
yeah.
and sowing a new world. Anyway, your comment below from a remarkable post seems to display this forgiveness and mercy planting, new forgetting, the planting of the past. It generated a powerful conversation about things we are emotionally tied to, which for whatever reason must be released. And this is from
Me.
Remarkable, right? So my mum threw out some painted rocks.
Tell you what, let me read that bit.
Yeah, you.
Because these are my
yes.
words. My mom threw out some painted rocks. Awards fuck me. Awards I got at Camp Rolling Hills when I was 10 years old. The first awards I ever got that mattered. Before that, it was all Silver Star bullshit from the nuns. But these rocks, they mattered to me. And they're gone. My romantic heart hurt. My belly digested all this and gave it to my heart and head as a teaching story. What was a stupid rock? What was a stupid rock to my mom was something far deeper to me. And I could hold a heavy heart toward my mom. Been there, done that. Or I can simply enjoy the vastness of that little boy. Please tell us more, Lisa says.
Okay.
Harden not your hearts. Good God. I can still see those rocks. I can still see the little things they made out of timber. They cut these branches about that thick, and they used a wood burner. I can still see my Mr. Nature award. I participated in so many nature classes and took first or second that they made up an award called the Mr. Nature Award. I was 10. Y'all get my love of native wisdom and my seeking to go to the woods when I had PTSD. You think those awards made a difference? Yeah. because I'm seeking refuge in where I felt love and accomplishment, and my mom threw all that out. She didn't throw that out, and I could assert that she did. She threw out the rocks, and she threw out the awards, thinking they were no big deal. And I could hold that against my mom. It'd be pretty damn easy to. If I was an addict, if I blamed the middles, because I don't have the rocks anymore. But what I do have are the memories. And what I also have is a lot more sacred than that, and that's a relationship with my mom. And I can ask her about it, and she can tell me that stuff's long gone. All right. How you doing, Mom? I still got the memories. I got the memories of her and my dad picking me up there. My mom and dad have been in close proximity after they got divorced. I can think of 3 times in my life. One was picking me up at Camp Rolling Hills. I cried when I saw them. I didn't want to leave. The other time they were in close proximity is when they drove from Pittsburgh to Camp Hill to see me after I got beat. As I hid in a corner, watching them come up. The third time, I formed a nonprofit called A Life Worth Living Community Resource Centers, and I did a fundraiser because I was about 20 grand in debt setting this damn thing up and doing something with it. And they were both there, and some other people raised about 7 grand. That was nice. Made a difference with that till I closed it. And we've always got this opportunity to go heavy heart. In other words, to have cement in our heads. Being all mixed up about, you know what matters is the experience I had back then. You know what doesn't matter? A bunch of fucking rocks and sticks that when I die are probably going to get pitched out anyway. I don't have any kids to give them to. You know, I got some stepkids, but odds are they're not going to come to Australia and go, oh, I went stepdad's favorite rock, right? That ain't going to happen. Nephews and nieces, I don't think they'd go do anything except, oh, that'd be great to put in a slingshot.
Yeah.
Right? We can use that for fire starter. But I've got these sacred experiences. And we've always got the ability to get out of the head that's permanently made up like concrete. I've made up my mind. This is the way things are. And you can drag that concrete around all you want. You know, we can always have a heavy heart. And I wonder why we just are sad and depressed all the time. Yeah, needing some artificial fire to perk things up. That's fine. And that whole thing of complicating things up with the blame game. When I drink alcohol, I'm hot. Right, yeah? Yeah. I remember seeing a lot of that back in the old days. You go to the bar, the live band is there, and the more they drink, the hotter they get. And it's like, all right, yeah, me included. Yeah, whatever. But at some point you get to go, you know what, I'm the spark behind the eyes. And like Jeff Nash, I can have a beer. I don't need to fear what God made. God made the grain, God made the grape. God gave the intelligence to process that, to transform that. And God gives you the wisdom and the knowledge to transform you. To change the spirit, change the way you express yourself in the world, the sacred odor that you wear. And so, if I don't define her, I get to discover me and her. Because for me to define her, I got to define me first. Superior, inferior, right, wrong, satisfiable, unsatisfiable. It's a shit show. If I can discover her in the moment, I'm more like Bruce walking through the garden, discovering the same garden in a different way every day. What's here? What's new? What's going on? So, taking this right back up through all of it, when when you don't demonize it, you can dance with it. When you're not a demon, you can actually dance. And we came here to dance to sacred song. Part of one of my sacred songs is teaching. So I'll hear teaching. Another one is with her. And I'll just hear my experience of oh my God, like if I'm at the store finding a yummy for her, right? Or I'm here and I get to hear her in the garden exploring and enjoying herself. And Happy Loving Puppy Dad, I can imagine hearing Bruce's playful bark, his tail wagging on the bed. And it just eliminates the need for all kind of combat. So to take it way up to the top, what if instead of trying to define what your desire is, what if you just listened right now to, I've got a hunger. 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 What's my hunger? Your hunger shows up in the form of a song. It's a sacred song. I've got a hunger to take what we're doing to some new levels. Listen to what we put out a year ago. Listen to what we put out 5 years ago. You think it's the same? I've got a hunger. And if I respond to that hunger and instead of defining who I am and what I do and what I say, I get to sing a song with y'all today. And that's that. And it's magical. Yeah, it's just absolutely magical. In a world where rational is worshipped, step by step by step by step, structure. Rational shows up in minutes. How many minutes? Is it worth it? Magical shows up in moments. All right. Anything you want to add to all that?
No, I think that's brilliant. I think I'm up to strawberry bits.
Victoria, take over.
Okay, so
I'll drink Jesus juice. Let's stay in a
firstly,
good mood.
thank you, Lisa, for that question. That was ace. And what we want to know is tell us what was your. It's all here somehow. Hopefully,
Wow,
can
look
you
at that.
see it all?
Double trouble strawberry bits. That's nice.
Yeah.
Actually, triple trouble because you got the strawberry crystals
I
and the
know.
card and the bag.
I know.
Triple trouble bits.
Tell us your hashtag strawberry bit. Well, because what I was thinking, what I loved was, I love this bit of Lisa's, to forget the plantings of the past
Yes.
and select the most marvellous seed to sow
Yes.
and plant a new world.
Yes.
Like, that is my hashtag strawberry bit, but also how much that relates to every question. Like, that's
All of
exactly whatever, like for Evelyn, to forget about, while you hang on to my husband's an alcoholic, do you know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
you've got to forget that.
Yep.
And it's almost because we can't forgive without forgetting. Without forgetting.
Yeah,
So
nice.
yeah, and I get there's an element of forgiveness there too that maybe she not needs, but might want to process.
There's a lot of forgetting.
Yeah, and it related to so many others in here as well. Also selecting versus surrendering. I remember, there were a few references you made to that about, you were saying, was it even in the first one, about for Karen? No, I don't know. But I should have nabbed it at the moment when there was a second reference to it. But instead of going, oh, I know what it was, so that's selecting, you were saying that for you could have held on to, well, it's either this or that,
Yep.
that I need to do.
Yep.
And whereas when you have a desire and the upside comes, it's just like, oh, all of this.
Yep.
And you just do all of that. So it's not like this either or selecting only one thing to go with and
Yes.
stuff. So, yeah, there was probably more to it. I can't remember it all now. But, yeah, they
Nice.
are my hashtag strawberry bits. How about you? Oh, and your story. I love, sorry, your painted rock story.
Problems exist when we project the past into the future. In other words, there's no I am. Right? You don't walk around saying I am statements all day. I think that's the fucking most lunatic thing in the world, and I'm trying not to swear, but it's true. I am a millionaire. I am a whatever. I am a... Really? Meanwhile, you're taking your problems up from your past and projecting them into your future. Just because I couldn't means I can't. Just because I didn't means it's gonna. It's horrible, isn't it? Right? Possibility exists in the present. Right now, there are possibilities that you can say no to or more please to. They only exist right now. I am, and you open up to something. You don't assert it, you open up to it. If you watch the show, I opened up to a lot of possibilities here. If I thought in terms of, if I say this, it'll offend that one that way, I have to think of it this way and say it that way, so it will, yeah, it would be a horrible show.
Yeah.
And anytime we go, this was the past, I'm projecting it into the future, there's no present. And you wonder why you're absent from your life. And you wonder why you wait. I am is present tense. And from what I can tell, what you are, I agree with Bucky Fuller, I seem to be a verb. And what I am is all possibilities. And what I get to notice is, what's the sacred song I'm being beckoned to right now? And am I going to argue against it? Or am I going to allow myself to hear it so fully that I can't help but dance? Oh, that becomes an article. So, the magician of the beautiful. That's it. All right. Hi, Dennis.
Excellent.
All right.
So they were our hashtag Strawberry Beads.
As you type in yours,
Go to
manifestingmasterycourse.com. 90-day adventure, $97. When's the last time you did it? Do it again. Invite someone else to it. Why not? Anyway, $97. We had somebody give it to someone recently. I love when that happens. Say, hey, and they didn't even know who. They said, hey, I want to give it to someone. I said, cool, I'll find one. No biggie. JoinRemarkable.com. If you want to play with a fun little group, some people say, well, you know, like you've got your main calls on Sundays. I'm not giving up my Sundays. Well, you don't have to. You can listen to the recording, but it's also only one Sunday a month for 2 hours. So if you got radio, so you have to give up. You have to spend 2 hours from one Sunday a month. There's 28 days a month, so there's 24 hours in a day. Yeah, you're really making a big deal about nothing, right? Anyway, I need me a beer. Can't go near it. JoinRemarkable.com.
Cool. And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, Feel It Real Fun. Sorry, I keep moving the wrong way. For refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's it. Have a lovely day, everyone.
Yeah.
And, oh, joy.
Oh, joy.
Now we'll push the button and see what happens. End it.